Sure you are on this video. It means you're looking forward to understand and learn what is coding. So let's deep dive into the lesson of coding. Now, before we understand what is coding, I'm going to give a very simple examples to make it easier for you to understand. Coding is about communicating with the computer. Just like your mama gives you instruction to do something and you make that work happen. As soon as your mom tells brush your teeth, you do that work. So you're following the instruction which your mama has given you. In the same way, computer is a device uh, to whom you will give your instruction. It's like your toy or robot where you can develop games. How will you develop games? By giving them instruction. So it is a magical way where you give the instruction to toys and robots, how we tell the stories or we play games. It is about creating games. It is about creating websites. So it is about basically creating something which is very unique. You have your thought, you think I want to create, consider space shooter game. You can do space shooter game. You want to do space world, you want to do underwater. You can do everything in Scratch. So now let's understand what is block based coding. In this class we are starting with block based coding. Now I'm sure all of you must have played building blocks. What you do with your building blocks? You arrange them together in a certain order to make toy and robots. So what you do? You arrange them, different colorful blocks, join them to create something. In the same way, in coding also, in building block coding, we are going to say building block coding. It's actually block based coding, but to make it easier, I'm using this word that when you join different colorful blocks in coding also, you are able to create something. So it's like giving them superpower. You can go through the slides once and I'll proceed to explain again the next part. Now let's imagine the coding world. Imagine you have a magical wand and you want to make your favorite toy move and do fun things like a real life wizard. So it is like coding is using special spells. What is mean by special spells here is the blocks which you're going to use. Correct? But instead of saying them out loud, we use a secret language that the toy can understand. You want to create a game, you're not directly telling your character move. I'll explain you what does this mean. That you want to make your character move, but you're not telling your character directly, start moving please. Character will not understand that. You're using a secret language which is a coding language to make computer understand. What you're using? You're using a secret language called coding to make computer understand certain instructions. Now what is this secret language? It is a coding language where we have different blocks, like we are saying go forward, we are saying turn left, turn right, we say jump. So you take that block instead of giving instruction. Okay? To make the toy follow our instructions, we put the blocks in a special order, just like building a tower with our blocks. Now it's very important when you're coding to put all the codes in a correct sequence, because the sequence is going to make the program work correctly. What do I mean by the correct sequence here is, let's take the real life example. If I offer you a chocolate to eat, what you are going to do? You're going to open the wrapper and then you eat the chocolate. You just don't do that. That's the correct method to eat chocolate, right? You open the wrapper, you take from me, you open the wrapper and you put it in your mouth. That is the correct sequence and which is acceptable. What is not acceptable is, and which is not even possible, that you take the chocolate and you directly put it in the mouth. It is not possible, because that's the wrong way to eat chocolate. So the chocolate is not going to give you the correct taste. Same way, if you don't put all the blocks in a correct sequence step by step, it is not going to work properly. To make your toy move, dance or jump or do something very exciting, you will have to attach the blocks in a correct sequence. Sequence is very important in Scratch. Now, let's imagine more about coding so that we understand coding very deeply. Just like how we follow a recipe to bake cookies, right? Who has ever done baking? Secretly, you guys would be saying yes now. Correct, while watching the video, and you would be recalling that moment when you baked a cookie. So, coding is like giving the toy a recipe to follow. You're going to give special button or clap our hands, or you give the all the codes in the correct sequence, which are like a magical trick which follows the recipe and does the work. So coding is fun because you get to do the magic. You get to create adventures, puzzles, right? And you can play with it. So isn't it very boring to always play the games? It's the time when you start creating something, right? So I hope you guys are excited to learn the magical language called coding. And you get to learn this magical language of Scratch. Which coding language you are doing? Scratch. So you are able to learn this from the comfort of your house. Let's start and understand what is Scratch. So Scratch is a computer coding platform. It is a tool where block-based coding is done. What do I mean by block-based is, on the Scratch, there are a lot of different colorful blocks which you use to join them together in the correct order and make something happen. So now when you are doing coloring the book, what you do, you take crayons or pencils and start drawing and coloring, right? So instead of that, in Scratch, what you're going to do, you're going to join colorful blocks together. You drag and you drop the block on the screen to make something happen in the program. You can make cute animals, funny people or characters. You can make any characters jump, dance. You can do a lot of stuff on the Scratch. Okay, so I hope everyone is reading what is given on the screen. That will make it more easier for you to understand along with my explanation. Now, let's see what is Scratch in more detail. Now, what's the best part about Scratch? It's that you get to be the director of your own show. You decide what happens in your story or game. Till now, you were playing the games, and whatever different levels were happening in your game, you were following that from level 1 to level 2. In level 2, this is the rule. In level 3, this is the rule. You were following everything, correct? But the benefit of using Scratch is you are the hero, you are the director, you decide what you want to happen next in the game, right? You can make mysteries, you can solve mysteries, you can add challenges according to your requirement. So basically in Scratch, you have to be very creative. You have to make your mind creative and observe and analyze from all the areas that how your game should be. Play different games. And when you are creating the game, it should not be that the game is too easy or too hard. It should be neutral. Once we go throughout the course, you will understand how these neutral games are created. So Scratch is like your colorful digital canvas where you make the magic happen. What kind of magic happen? That comes into your mind as a great idea. I hope Scratch is clear to everyone. Now we are going to explore the Scratch platform. Okay, first we will create the account on the Scratch. Then we are going to start coding on the Scratch. I'll go to the Scratch platform. So here there is a join Scratch option. When you click here, it is going to take certain details. You have to write a username which you want to create. What should be a username and then the password. I would suggest when you create your account on the Scratch, you save your ID and password. Your username, your email ID and your password you note down somewhere so that you don't forget about it later. That's a very good habit, so you're not losing out your work. I'll go back because I already have account. Once your account is created, it is not going to confirm your account. It will say your confirmation is pending. So you have to go to your Gmail account, do the confirmation there. or Gmail, Yahoo, whatever email ID you have, go to there and do the confirmation. Your parents can help you more with this. You can just let them listen this part of the video so that they can help you in creating account. I'll go back and I'll log into my account. Now this is the Scratch platform. I'll explain you how the Scratch works. I'll click on create option. Where we click in the start, we click on the create option. So the magical page is loading. I hope everyone is excited to see this. This looks fun and pretty. I'll explain you first this platform. Now here in the corner we can see a lot of different colorful circles are there. Right? Each one has some word. Each one has some different blocks inside it. So they have a different purpose and they're doing different works. The blocks, these blocks are called as coding blocks. This area is called as coding blocks. So coding blocks are used to develop the code. These are the blocks which you are going to attach together. So where you will attach them together, you will drag them and drop them here. I'll go to some other category. See, I'll just attach them here. So what is this white area? This is a coding block. This white area is called as workspace area where you write the code. In your notebook, just like you write the notes, same way here in this workspace area, you are going to write your blocks. You're going to drag and drop your blocks and attach them together. So we are clear with these two parts of the area. I'll come to this third part. You can see there is a cat standing here. This cat is the character of our show today, right? So this cat in Scratch is called as sprite. Every game has certain characters. So whatever characters you have in Scratch, they are called as sprite. I'll show you how you can add more sprites as we move further into the class. Now, behind that, again there is a white screen. What is this white screen called? It is called as stage. When you perform in the school, your stage is always decorated when there is an event, right? You stand on the stage and you perform there. Same way our character is going to stand on this stage like the cat is standing and perform here. So, this is your output area. Stage is basically here. Whatever you code here, it will work here. The magical thing, the magical screen where you can see everything working, your game working is this one. So this area is clear. We move to the next part. We have your green flag. This one is to start. Every game which you play has a start button, correct? Same way here we have green flag to start and this one to stop. We will start with this, we will stop with this. I'm just going to delete this and I'm going to even delete the cat. See here there is an option to delete the cat. So now I'll show you how you can add a sprite and the backdrop. Now in the bottom you can see two circles are there. I'll explain you these two circles in detail. I'll first go to sprite. So there is an option choose a sprite. So I'll click here. You can see a lot of wonderful sprites, characters are there. Animals, space world, names, everything is there. I'll go back. I'm not adding a sprite for now. Then the second option here is to choose a sprite. Then we have paint option. What do we mean by paint? Paint means you can paint anything on your own in Scratch. The third option is surprise option. So if you click on that, any random sprite comes up on the screen. I'll show you. It's very fun. This girl, Avery, wants to eat this bread. Isn't it like that? Let me delete this. And this option is to upload us. Hope this is clear. Now we move forward to the next part, which is about backdrop. Here when I click, there are multiple backdrops. Isn't that fun? Now I'll show you what we are going to do next. we are going to make some exciting projects on Scratch now. Like we are going to make Space World. What happens in Space World? In Space World, all the space theme sprites are there, like it is there on our screen, correct? Can you relate it? Then next we have school. What we do in school? We write, correct? We study. We do a lot of stuffs. Then we have underwater world. What all we can see for the underwater? There are a lot of sprites there for the underwater, correct? And then we have concert also. Do you wait for concert to happen? In your school or with your friends, you visit any concert? Oh, then we have castle also. What happens in the castle? Let's try it on Scratch. Let's move then. I'll go to the Scratch. First, it was a space one. So we will go to the backdrop. Today we are going to practice how to add the sprites and give them the correct position. I'll go to space category and I'll choose the backdrop, whichever I like. I think this is good, but if I don't like this, I can change it. I want to take this stars. This looks really pretty. Now here I'm going to choose the sprite. So now my topic is space world. I'm going to search here for the space. When you try to search for the space, it gives you sprite related to that theme. I want earth. So we'll keep the earth here. We will again go to choose a sprite. We will again search for space. And then we will add one rocket ship. I'll keep the rocket ship here. Now, don't you think rocket ship is really big? So how we fix this? Here we have the option to change the size. It was 100, so I make it 70 because I want it smaller. We change the size and then we can search for the space again and see what all more you can have. How about this star? I'll keep this star here. Now, if you want more stars, you can just right click and duplicate this. It is going to give you more stars. Isn't that very fun? How beautiful my space world is looking. How about adding one more star here? This looks so prettier, isn't it? How about one more star here in the middle? It will look very pretty. Very nice. Now we want to turn this rocket ship towards the earth. So what we do, I feel the rocket ship is still very big, so I'm going to reduce it to 50. You can decide. In coding, it's not important. If my rocket ship size is 50, same it should be for you. If you like 60 or 70, you can do that. Now you come to this direction category. Here we change the size. Now we come to the direction category and we just rotate the arrow. And whichever position we like, we stop there. I like this position, so I'll stop here. How cool our space world is looking. So here there is a full screen control when you can click in the full screen and see your project. Isn't that very amazing? Let's start a new one. So to start a new one, before that we will have to save our program. So what we do, we come here, we delete this, we write the name of the program. I'm going to give 1.a. That is my first file in the first lesson. So 1.a. Then I click on file option and then I click on save now. So now your project is saved it. Every time you complete your work, don't forget to save it. It's very important to save your program. Now let's start with the new program. We click on new button, file and the new. So we delete this cat. Now we have underwater, correct? Let's do underwater. I like this underwater. Now if I want to search something related to underwater, when I add sprite, what I do? I type here. Oh, I like this diver a lot. I'll keep it here. Let's add more sprites. You can add multiple sprites. Oh, fish is also nice. We can add some different kind of fishes in our underwater world. Correct? Starfish. Wow. I'll take this. How many of you like starfish? I hope you love your starfish and you can add your favorite character which you like. I'll change the size because I feel it's too big to 60. I'll keep this one here, and then we will add more. How about this jellyfish? That looks cute. Yeah. So I'll go to this fish now. I need to change the direction of fish. So this way fish will start from here. I'll go to puffer fish. Again I'll change the direction. Puffer fish, this one is good. Let's try the direction for the star. This one is good. So we'll keep it on this rock. This looks pretty now, right? I still feel puffer fish is big. So I'm going to change it to 70. Now we go to the full screen and we can see our underwater world is ready. So I hope with this 2 example, it is very clear how you can add a backdrop, how you can add a new sprite, give correct place where your sprite should be kept, change its size, see how the size is looking, if it is too big, if it is too small, set the size accordingly and change the direction accordingly. Now we will change the name. You can give one.b or you can even write underwater world. Then you click on, you can even give the space that is allowed it. I'll click on file and then I'm going to click on save now option. So your second project is saved. Now consider you want to show someone what you have created, maybe your parents, maybe your friends. How you can do that? Here there is an option, this one, that is my stuff option. When you click here, you can see all the programs which you have created. I'll go back to create option. Let's come back to our presentation. So we have done till underwater. We completed space world. We completed underwater. Third one, school we have not done. So now you know what all things you do in the school, correct? I would request everyone to practice school theme project. I'm giving few ideas so that you can practice the same class. Create a concert. All the sprites related to music and dance are available on Scratch, and you can even create a castle. So there are 3 homeworks for you: castle, concert and the school. Please practice it and enjoy creating projects on Scratch. Thank you so much. Hope you have understood it very well. We will see and meet each other in the next class, which will be more exciting. Thank you. Bye.